Alright everybody, so people told me that you couldn't see it because it was too dark. So here goes take 2. What we are going to do now is we are going to start the procedure for this laboratory assignment. So we've done our calculations and I'm going to go ahead and make one of the 2 solutions right now for you, and you will have to do the rest on your own. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this recipe that we've created. We got 1.80 grams of sugar and 0.1 liters of water. So what we're going to do is, in these containers, I have Kool-Aid. You're going to take some. You're going to take a watch glass and place some into it using a scoopula. So I'm keeping these nice and closed up so that nothing weird happens. Now this I can take back to my table. I'm also going to need some water for this laboratory, so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take a beaker, and I will take some of this clean filtered water and I'm going to pour at least 300 milliliters into this beaker. I'm going to use that for my 3 solutions. That's enough. In this lab, you will be using a graduated cylinder. You will also be using 3 styrofoam cups. You're making 3 solutions, so we're going to label the cup 0.1 molar. The next concentration is 0.4 molar. So I'm going to write 0.4 molar. The third is 0.7 molar. So I'm going to do this for each of my 3 solutions. Now I need to measure 0.1 liters in order to do this. So 100 milliliters is 0.1 liters. On your graduated cylinder, this says 100 ml, that's 100 milliliters. So I'm going to take my water and I'm going to fill that up to the line. And I've got my 100 milliliters set, so I'm going to make my first solution. That is the 0.1 molar solution. So I'll pour that into my cup, and that'll give me about halfway full. I don't know if you can see the light, but it's to about this level. Now, the next part is to mass out how much Kool-Aid I was going to use. So for that first concentration, the recipe that I calculated tells me I need 1.80 grams of sugar, and that's the Kool-Aid. So I'm going to get a balance. And I'm going to put it where you can see it, where you can see what I'm weighing. So here we're good. Let me turn that on. I think we turn it on. I will need my Kool-Aid, and will need my scoopula. I will also need a sheet of wax paper. I'm going to use this so I don't have to put it straight on the balance. This will make my life a little bit easier. I will put this on the balance, turn it on. It says 0.0. Place this on here, and I am measuring 1.8 grams of this substance. So let me get my balance in the way here. Put this down. Okay. Notice that this jumps because the paper has mass. It weighs something. So I have to press tare, that'll go to 0. Once it's at 0, I can use my scoopula and I can scoop that 1.8. There's 0.8. 1.2. You can see the balances are a little slow. 1.5. 1.6, 1.8. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to take that, turn that off, save the batteries. I'm going to take this carefully, not to spill it. So I'll fold this up as carefully as possible, and then I'm going to take it over there in front of my liquid. And I'll take this liquid, and I'll take this 1.80 grams of sugar, and I'll pour it in here. So at that point, my first solution will have been mixed. I'll go ahead and I'll take a stirring rod, and I will stir this until it is properly dissolved. You will need to do the same procedure for 0.4. However, that time, the mass is going to be 7.2 grams. Okay? If we had a balance that could go to the hundredths place, we would have 7.21, but ours only go to the tenths place. So you have to round to 1 decimal place for this mass. I would take this, put 100 milliliters of water in it, go back to the balance with my wax paper, and weigh 7.21 grams, or 7.2 in this case. Pour it in here and make my second mixture. Your third mixture, I am not telling you what mass you need. You need to do that calculation. And if you look at the video that was right before this one, it goes through 0.1 and 0.4, and it will help you get there. So, happy Kool-Aiding. We'll be doing it tomorrow.